Right, just thought I'll share some of these letters I had off TV licensing with you and see what you think I should do with them at the end of the video. Basically, I decided about 6 years ago that I didn't want to watch live TV anymore. There was nothing that really interested me, and too many adverts, and I couldn't be bothered flipping through all the channels. I'd rather just watch content on YouTube or Netflix. It's much more interesting. I can watch it when I want, when it's convenient for me, and there's no adverts or anything. So yeah, basically I got rid of my Skybox and satellite dish and all that, and then I started getting these threatening letters from TV licensing. As you can see here, sort of started off like that. Watching TV illegally at this property could lead to severe penalties. Very threatening in nature, these letters. They do try and intimidate you. They plaster all your details all over these letters. For the purposes of this video, I have blanked all my details and everything out. And yeah, so it just goes on. Every month I receive one of these letters. These sort of started 2013, 2014. I started saving them all. I've been thinking about some interesting acronyms for BBC. Britain's big cash cow is one example. They're just bullying people. This is all harassment, intimidation, and they threaten to send the goon squad to your house. But what I found out, the best tactic is just do not answer them, do not withdraw the implied right of access, do not engage with them at all. If you make the same mistake as I did one day, opening my door and there was a TV licensing goon, and basically he was fishing for information, asking me, "Are you Mr. So-and-so?" And I didn't answer that question. I just said to him, "Well, who are you?" And he said TV licensing, and he showed me his ID badge. And when he did that, I just shut the door and locked it. And next thing, I had this through the letterbox saying, "As you weren't in, we're scheduling another visit to your property." And it goes on to tell you how you can pay your license and all that type of thing. I've had a couple of these, and living in Wales, I'm lucky enough to get all this in Welsh, all this correspondence. So I've had a couple of visits from goons by the looks of it. They put these through your letter slot each time. I had 2 or 3 of them. I've had some people knock on my door, but if I'm not expecting anyone, I don't answer it. I'm not obliged to let them in at all. Yeah, so I just sort of went on like that. What you need to know about the enforcement process, and they put all these red bits on these letters to make them all look very threatening and intimidating, basically. Yeah, well, to me it's just a boring bullshit channel, boring bullshit channels. That's what BBC could stand for. Official warning, we have opened an investigation. Yeah, and they're just basically trying to quote the law to you and all that. I'm not going to go into this all in great detail. I'm just saying, bossy, bloated, corrupt. That's what that could stand for BBC. What to expect in court, another threatening letter. Intimidating and scaring people into paying up the money to avoid court action and so on. They just sort of go around in a sequence, these letters. They just carry on about investigation, court, and official visit. So they're threatening to send the goon squad around, basically. Yeah. British Buggery Corporation. Blatant biased content, that's another one that could stand for BBC. What you need to know about the enforcement process. As you have not responded to our letters, you have left us no alternative but to proceed with the final stages of our investigation. And again, all in red, very threatening, etc. This is from the Cardiff Enforcement Division. So I get these in English and in Welsh as well on the other side. And this one's slightly different. Whatever you're watching, however you're watching it, your home needs a TV license. That's untrue. I watch Netflix and YouTube. I do not require a TV license for that. So these just went on, throughout 2013, 2014. Basically, the previous occupant, his name was on the letters at first. When there was no response, then it became the legal occupier, which to this current day, that's what it still reads. Official warning, we have opened an investigation. Ignoring this letter could cost you a lot more than the license fee. Maximum fine £1,000, all circled in red to make it look all very intimidating and threatening. Official warning, we have opened an investigation. British Balloon Club, that's what BBC could stand for. And we're into 2015 here, what to expect in court. March 2015, what you need to know about enforcement process. Billionaire Boys Club, BBC. Official warning, we have opened an investigation. They must have opened quite a few investigations on this address by now. Blokes breaking children, BBC. I don't know if any of you have noticed this statue outside Broadcasting House in London. Have a close look at that on Google Maps and you'll see what I mean. It's quite horrifying actually. They've actually got a statue of an old man and a naked child. What does that tell you? Broken Butt Corporation, that could be what BBC stands for. What to expect in court. These are all from Capita, aka TV licensing. They're just contracted out by the BBC to collect the money, and they get a cut out of it, I'm guessing. Buy your TV license before the fee increases, because they put the fee up recently. Oh, there's another letter I had through the letter slot from a Goon Visit in Welsh and in English. They're kind of a bit in random order, some of these. We're giving you 10 days to get correctly licensed, and they've circled a date there just to get you worried and so that you'll quickly pay for the TV license. Your address has been scheduled for a visit by an enforcement officer. Yeah, well, they've been threatening this for the last 6 years or so. Bad bullshit controversy. Or bloated broadcaster crushed. Official warning, we have opened an investigation. Again, what to expect in court. As you can tell, these just go round in a cycle. What you need to know about the enforcement process. British broadcasting calamities. Biggest bull crap. Bloody bad coverage. That's what BBC could stand for. Official warning, we have opened an investigation. Once again, just shows you that it is a load of bullshit, because there is no investigation. These are just intimidation and threats to make people pay up. But once you realize that their threats are meaningless, you've got nothing to worry about. What to expect in court, and so it goes on. As you have not responded to our letters, you have left us no alternative but to proceed with the final stages of our investigation. And that was like 4 years ago nearly. That one was in Welsh as well. Open an investigation. We're looking at January 2016, February 2016. You have not responded to our previous letters. Same thing again. I had 2 that month, so I was quite lucky. I felt quite privileged. Big Broken Channel, Bucks Before Content, Blockbusters Club. That could be what BBC stands for, who knows. Investigation again. So they just cycle around all these letters. What to expect in court. April 2016, and then we carry on here. A visit temporarily on hold. Your status. We're giving you 10 days to get correctly licensed. Big biased crap. That's what BBC could stand for. Or bad blue cheese. I've sort of written them on these letters, the acronyms that I thought about, because it says here, please do not write below this line. Your address has been scheduled for a visit by an enforcement officer. As you have not responded, British Beer Company, could be. Big Bad Cowards. Investigation letter. You have not responded. Best before Christmas, BBC. We have opened an investigation. We're now into October 2016. This is like 3 years in. Be buggering children, BBC. Could stand for that. Biggest bloody codswallop. It could be that as well. Again, as you have not responded, same thing, blah blah blah. Official warning, we have opened an investigation. Big bald crows. That's what BBC could stand for. And again, as you have not responded to our letters, an enforcement officer has been scheduled to visit, and they put my address on there, to find out if TV is being watched, recorded or downloaded illegally. And so it goes on. I won't bore you with all the details, because if you're watching this, it's more than likely you've received some of these letters. I can assure you there's nothing to worry about. Ignore them, trash them, whatever. Will you be in on the 13th of March? And they've put like an official looking stamp on there, enforcement, visit approved, J. Hales officer. Balding British clientele. Or better be careful, BBC could stand for that. Big Bad Corporation. That one's in Welsh. Investigating, and the postcode. Enforcement officers visit homes in your area. Slightly different one with that threatening sort of stamp there. Visit approved by enforcement officer. They're just salesmen. Billions blown clumsily. Or Big Brown Custard. Those are good acronyms for the letters, BBC. You know, we know. Sort of a stamp on there. Well, not a proper stamp, it's just printed on there. Issued the 27th of April 2017. Again, there's no TV license at this address. We know this because our database holds information for all 32 million UK addresses. So you can expect a visit from our enforcement officers. Boys Boxing Club, BBC. And because it says do not write below this line, I've deliberately written below the line. What are they going to do about it? Burning billions cash. Or Big Brother clone. We're giving you 10 days to get correctly licensed. And in Welsh, your address has been scheduled for a visit by an enforcement officer. Salesgoon. We're now into June 2017. Bribery bullshit cash. Big Billionaire Club. Bread basket chicken. That's what BBC could stand for. Investigating. Postcode. Enforcement officers visit homes in your area. Same thing again with this official looking stamp, which is just printed on there, by the way. So it goes on. Will you be in on the 28th of August? Official warning, we've opened an investigation. And in Welsh, I don't speak Welsh, so I cannot read that out to you, unfortunately. Big Buck Corporation, blundering big corporation, backed by cameras. Will you be in on the 20th of November? No. December 2017. You have not responded to our letters, blah blah blah. Baked bean chili, that's what BBC could stand for. Again, that one was in Welsh. Blind be charged. They charge blind people to watch television as well. Enforcement officers, again, threatening you with all that. Enforcement visit approved, etc. Banned British culture. Boycott biased crap. That's what I say. That's what it could stand for. We're into January 2018. You have not responded, and I'm not going to respond. February 2018. Local investigation active in postcode, and they've plastered the details all over this letter. Brown Bum Cleaners, British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC. It could stand for that, could stand for anything. Your address has been scheduled for a visit again. And so it goes on. Some of them were from 2018. Billionaire Bonus Corporation. I think I did come up with that one already. You know, we know. And these I haven't even bothered to open. I just got bored of opening them, to be honest, because it's the same crap they send you all the time. It just keeps going round in circles and round, and they just send different envelopes. Official notice investigation opened. Just scare tactics, basically. Blanked out all my details on these. Local investigation active in postcode. And some of them are in red envelopes, make it look more official and threatening. Official investigation, I've opened several of those by now. They're not very good at investigating, I tell you what. Red envelope, another one with the date circled on it. These are the types of envelopes you can expect in the post. All different colours, etc. So, that's all the crap that I've received from Capita, aka TV licensing, for the past 6 years or so. Give me a suggestion. What do you think I should do with all this stuff? Do you think I should A, burn it, B, shred it and use it as compost, or maybe pulp it and make something out of it? Maybe I'll make a small television out of the pulp, or I can just pulp it and put it in my composter in the garden. Or, you know, make a suggestion. What do you think I should do with them? Do you think it's worth sending them back? If I were to just use the envelopes and put some of my rubbish in there and put them back in the post, would they get back to the TV licensing? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. And again, if you're legally license free, don't worry about the TV licensing. Don't speak to them, don't contact them, don't have anything to do with them, just shut the door. If you do watch live TV, then yes, by all means you need a TV license. I'm not condoning watching live TV without a license. I'm perfectly legally license free, haven't watched any live TV for at least 6 years, don't intend to do so ever again. So yeah, as I say, let me know in the comments what you think about this video. If you are a TV licensing goon that's watching this, don't bother to comment. I don't need to hear from you. You'll just be ignored. Anyway, thanks for watching and all the best.